I know of lextutor, and I think you do too, because of Hedy Rusing. So she's used this in a lot of her research. And, but I've been trying to use it more for something a classroom teacher can use. This is what it looks like, and I've got to say this is perhaps the most boring web page I've ever seen. But it's just a functional sort of thing. So, and there's lots of sort of technical stuff on there, so don't get hung up on the technical bits and pieces. It's actually quite easy to use. Well, first, for those that don't know lextutor, what it does, it takes any piece of text and sort of divides up the vocabulary. And it's based on that academic word list from New Zealand. So they have the first group. The first group is the 250 most frequently used words in English. Then they have a second group, and they have 10 groups, so it goes up to 2,500 words, which is almost functional literacy. But it's probably best if I show you with an example. So, okay, well, you've seen the title here. I was going to say, does everybody recognize this? And as senior high school teachers, you should recognize it from the first line. When he was nearly 13, my brother Jim got his arm badly broken at the elbow. It's from To Kill a Mockingbird, which I think still a lot of English 10 teachers are using. I taught English 10 for a long time. I didn't use this novel because I always thought the vocabulary would be a bit much for the kids. I mean, into the third line and you've got this word, assuaged. I'm not even sure I'm saying that correctly. So I never felt good about teaching this novel. However, I was talking to a teacher at Crescent not 2 days ago who's teaching this novel. So it's still widely taught. And so just to give you an example, and I'll give you a few examples, we will put this through the lextutor. Right?
There you go.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Let's take this one. Okay. So here's what first comes up. Don't pay too much attention. There's the text, all color-coded, and what that means, if I scroll down, there's the first 250 words. So, which is very hard to see on this screen. And I'm sure it's going to look great on the camera. So these are the 250 most frequently spoken words in English from this text. So of course you have words like he, could, back, be. Even a level 2 kid's probably going to know these words. The next group is the next 250 words, and then all the way down to the 10th group here. So in fact, the vocabulary is not that bad. Now this is just one page of the text, but it doesn't look that bad. One thing I really want to talk about today that I think is really great about this lextutor is these two things at the bottom. So you have off list but known words. So that just means any words that are not in the 2,500 most frequently spoken words. And the second off list, I suppose it means off list but not known words. Let me do this one first. So quite often in any text, this one at the bottom, the off list, will be names. And you can see that here, like Jim, there's our favorite assuaged. I'm not sure why that's there. Andrew, Boo Radley. Quite often these will be names. So they're not words, so to speak, they're names, and they're not recognized by the list. It's this one that's really important, because if you were at the Elizabeth Coelho, any of her presentations, she's always talking about the academic vocabulary, but what was her example? Igneous rock is the one she talks about all the time. So in geology, she would talk about igneous rock, but really is that important to teach that specific word? I know I'm repeating things for some people. No, because a person can write that down and they don't need to know that forever. But these kind of words, and you can see right away that words like consulted, discussed, enable, exceeded, these are that kind of academic vocabulary words that she's talking about that you need for all the subjects. And these are the kind of words that we need to be teaching our kids. Okay, what I did is I didn't just take To Kill a Mockingbird. I went and grabbed a science text. This is from, everybody know this stuff? This is from the Science 10 class. I think it's Science Focus 10, which most schools are using. I just took a random page, and you know, our kids are going to be faced with this kind of stuff. Maybe I can start explaining now how you get this into LexTutor. And I did also make up a sheet, so you can take this at the end. It has the website name, and everything I'm saying is right in here. So this is just a photocopy, basically. And this was a photocopy that I just emailed to myself, thinking brilliantly that would be the way to do it. It turned out it wasn't quite that easy. What you need to put into LexTutor is a text file, a TXT file. So that's quite easy to do from a Word document, but not from this. This actually turned out to be a PDF file. Well, I'll tell you what you can learn from my mistakes. What I did is email. How many people have a photocopier where you can email a copy to yourself?
Or scanner.
Or scanner is the second way I'm going to get to it. But the first way I tried was email, which didn't work very well because it only comes as a PDF file. Now you can change a PDF file to a text file, but you need Adobe Reader Pro, which most of us don't have. The techs at the school will have it, and if you're interested, they can put it on your computer, but we don't have it. So the better way is just to go to the scanner. And so I also tried this at scanners at Crescent Heights and at Fowler. Fowler has, is there Fowler people? Fowler has at least 3 scanners that I know of.
Scanner did you use?
I used the one up in Liz's room, Liz Duke. There's one in the library, apparently it's not working that great. And don't use the one that's in Leanne Simpson Cole's room, because that's just set for Kurzweil. It has some special reading just for Kurzweil. But anyway, the scanner will give you a document file or a text file, and this is all written down here, or an RTF file, which is a rich text file, which also can be easily converted into a text. Because the point is, you need text files only for this.
You can use .doc. You can use documents. I just did.
Did you? Did you cut and paste it in,
Yeah.
or do it from the? Okay, so it recognized doc files. Okay, that's excellent. Okay, so here once again, just like in To Kill a Mockingbird, and if we go down, there's all the text from the science textbook, Science 10. There's the 250 most frequently spoken words, and the next group of 250, all the way to 2,500. And as I said before, every time I've done this, it turns up sort of the same thing. That these ones turn out to be exactly the kind of academic vocabulary words that we should be teaching. So you've got things like absolutely, activities, avoided, exposed, assigned, familiar, investigation, all these kinds of words that can be used across a whole bunch of different disciplines. These ones down here are quite often names, as I said, but also I've found that when you convert things into a doc file or a text file, sometimes it sticks 2 words together. I don't know if there's Science Focus right there. Well, actually, that's the title of that textbook.
The first one is up to you, maybe?
Yes.
Is up.
Yeah.
If you.
Yeah, there's another one, if you're. So I've just noticed that sometimes in the conversion, the computer doesn't read it very well and chunks things together. If you want, you can go through the text file and fix that up before you do this. I'm not going to worry about it that much. Again, I'll just say the important thing is to look at this off list but known words. When I was at Fowler, I would often have science and social studies teachers come to me, even in 20 and even in 30, and say, I've got this ESL kid, obviously like a level 5, pretty advanced. What can I do to help them? And I was always kind of at a loss. And now I would be giving them this. We have to make it really quick and dirty and easy to use, though, which I think if you run it through the scanner, it is really fast. It's just like using a photocopy machine, and then if you haven't used the scanner before, just like using a photocopy machine, the computer's right beside it. Save it to your H drive, and then you have that text document, and you can put it into LexTutor whenever you want, and just run it through. And it takes a matter of seconds. So.
Well, thank you very much, then. That was an excellent introduction to lextutor.ca, and we really appreciate your coming out to tell us about it.